Well, hello there, my sugar plums. We are going to talk about the Bitcoin price, and I have some juicy information for you today. We are looking at a collapsed Bitcoin price right now. The rest of the crypto market is still in depression and despair. Many of us are looking at our altcoins, wondering if we're ever going to make it out of this hellhole. We are deep into the bear market, even though technically the bear market ended when the Bitcoin price lowered itself in November of 2022, but we're beyond that now. The prices now are just diddling around. This is a 15-minute chart. They'll give you hell. If you change it to a 4-hour, you see that. I mean, depends how you want to look at it. On one hand, wow, we are making higher lows. On the other hand, people say, uh-oh, we rolled over. We erased the BlackRock ETF. This zip up was the BlackRock ETF move. So markets are always doing these gyrations. Markets are always scamming you out. You can't invest or trade based off news. You can trade based off news, but you got to get out super quick. You can't invest based off news. I promise you, if you can. I would have made, like, subscribe, bell button, or please shock the algorithm, friends, share with your friends and family. If you could invest based off news, my whole channel would be revolved around that. You can't. You can't invest based off it. News are just there's like these weird moments in time that appear on the calendar. People get excited and it disappears. It's constant information coming in for people to try and interpret how the path going forward is going to be, because the market's always trying to price in the future. So it's got to accept everything coming in. It just has to determine whether it's relevant or not. If we have a look at the weekly chart, we can't see that much except that we're still in the no diddle zone. But, we're still praying that we're in the previous bear market period where you're waiting until you get the run up into the bull market. And that's why I like to come back to my weekly time frame with my nice, friendly Supertrend chart. Look, it does get nasty if Bitcoin closes below 23,500, this price. If we close below there, the ATR is really nasty, because the ATR is the average true range. This is how the Supertrend just calculates itself. It's very, very simple, basic. It's free on every indicator. But if we close a week down below here, this whole thing will flip red again. And if you go back, there's only disaster in that. The last time that actually happened, it flipped red the beginning of 2022 when we had Russia and all the rate hiking and all the scamming of the insiders. Also, China ban. You got to think about that. Before that was a bear market. This was just flipping from the euphoria. This is 2019. We flipped red. So, yeah, it does suck. So, when you flip red, what's the lowest you can go? Look at this. Minus 50% back then. From here, it was a fake out, but you still went another minus 17%. When you flipped red, this is from the end of the candle here, minus 60%. So that'd be nasty. That could mean, look, we could go down another 20%. If we flip red, we could go down to 18,800. And anything is on the card, friends. And I'm not here to scare anybody, but look, I can't shy away from it. Yeah, it's done these before. It can drop, to $9,000? I know these numbers sound wild, but it is what it is from the past. But who's to say we're going to definitely flip red? What if we don't? This is the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle. Have you noticed how it never flips red? There was a point here. This is the Bitcoin halvening run. You see this pipe up? This spike? This was the Bitcoin halvening. The vertical line is the Bitcoin halvening itself. The market sold off. We sold off Bitcoin, some poopy hands, some soy drinkers with very hunched backs. They sold off Bitcoin, but it didn't close below. The price back here needed to be below $530. I bet you wish you could go back in time and buy some Bitcoin there. It did 100x from here, by the way, from $500 to $50K. So going back here, it did not effectively close down there, but it still scared everybody to see it. I hope we don't get there because it was much more thin back then. But you can see that's what we're hoping this does. By the way, look how many false alarms there were here as well. Look at this. It comes down here, scare. 1, 2, 3 times at like $740, $900 around this zone. 3 times everybody thought, oh, it's over. And then it spikes back up. And this is nuts. That's why you got to take a longer term view, friends. We're not going to make it if we're looking at these shorter term stuff. They're just too much mental anguish. We're still in the green zone. We feel like we're in the red, don't you? Like, you look at yourself, you feel everybody. It doesn't look like, it doesn't feel like this chart right now. And I'm seeing some rumors about a potential zombie virus mutated coming out. And let me tell you something right now, friends. Okay, look, if you honestly think that markets are going to go down if there's another mutated zombie virus, then you have learned nothing from the past 4 years of markets and speculating. You've learned nothing. Because here I am to explain to you. If you're new, welcome, welcome. Take a seat over there. Grab your drinks, friends. We already know what happens when you have a lockdown with a virus. We already know. They print money and stimulate you with consent. And that's why I put this picture of Vitalik looking deep into our eyes. By the way, aliens are real. How do I know? You're looking at one right now. Markets are always pricing in the future. If you put on a leveraged short on the zombie virus for 2020 and then you held it for 12 months, what happens? Your short gets wiped out, both in stocks and crypto. The market will remember this lesson. If you want markets to go down, you need to give it an unforeseen shock. He's a cute little puppy with love hearts. So that's what it is. You ever heard this saying, friends? Markets don't like uncertainty. That's where it comes from. They don't like uncertainty because it takes a while for all of our brains and our minds, our peanut brains, to actually figure out the information coming in and determine either if is it up or is it down. What's the response going to be? We have to process all of it, and it all gets reflected in the price. You know, with the zombie virus, yeah, most people, they misconstrue what I say. They say, oh, but it went down on the zombie virus. No, what did I say? I said, if you hold 12 months, what happens? Okay, you sell on, here you go, you sell at 8,000 Bitcoin, and what happens in February 2021? You are liquidated. It's at 52K. So, what? I mean, think about this. So, 12 months after a zombie virus, Bitcoin was plus 500% last time. Do you think the market forgets this? No, it doesn't. Even the stock market went up too. This is why it's always pricing in the future. It goes, okay, this thing, we know what the event is now. We know, okay, we've got to sit down. There's a protocol. You can't touch anybody. You know, all these things get priced in. But to shock everybody, you need something that we don't know how to compute. For example, if I said to you, there's been an earthquake in Europe, you're like, where? You know what I mean? Which city? Is it Germany? Is Germany affected? Because Germany's pretty big because of Europe, right? Those types of uncertainties, you don't know how to react. Those are the things that come out and affect everybody. And things like explosions and wars and a lot of human stuff. It could be like wildfire somewhere, all this weird stuff happening. These are the type of things that markets don't like, and they have the little jitters. But don't forget, the response is always to print anyway. And we have Shani Boo saying, what about the people who never learn no matter what? Well, they are always there. I mean, we have to look at, like, someone's selling these bottoms. Not somebody, I know, friends, I know there's a lot of people out there that they sold on the FTX collapse and they wanted to rebuy at $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. I know people who did that. I know personally, first-hand experience, I know people who did this. And yeah, what can I do? I made a lot of Twitter posts. I made 15 a day. I made audio messages. I told everyone. What do you do? I can only say so much, but I know the game. You know the game now. The cycle of emotions is way more powerful than anything because it's coming from within your heart. It's coming within your heart. It's coming within the drugs in your body, the chemicals going around, the endorphins, the serotonin, and the fear. It's all locked with your brain. We can't. Unless I had total control of your body, I can't impact it. That's why no matter what we do, no matter how many times I yell that, hey, BlackRock is a freaking Trojan horse. Don't believe their lies. No matter how much I say it, no one's going to believe it. That's why I look forward to the day where I come on camera and I say, hey, I'm being a top signal right now. I'm literally calling Bitcoin's going to $1 million next. I'm going to be the top signal, friends. Yes, we can actually induce a top signal right there because, hey, we've got to save everyone. That's the only way to save everybody. If you make it so obvious, you call top signals. No one's going to believe it, by the way. No one's going to believe it. You know why everyone's going to believe it, friends? Why doesn't anybody believe it? It's because they're not long enough. It's because they didn't go and put their 600K at Bitcoin at 17K. Instead, what they did was they put their 600K into Bitcoin at 60K. So they're not even up at 2x. And you're saying the party's over at $80,000? You see why? You know this from altcoins, by the way. You know this already. That's why most people, I know, yeah, you can say, oh, the bottom tick to top tick of an altcoin might be 300x. Yeah, but the average person's getting like 7, right? And they only put like $500. They're not getting that. That's why they don't exit. And as we have this time to sit and reflect about Bitcoin and how everything's moving. And, you know, friends, I love Chainlink. It's all the same charts. Everything's down. We're still waiting until 12 months after the Bitcoin halving, April 2025. Fingers crossed. Maybe something happens around them. All these projects, they're making, you know, CCIP and staking and solving all these solutions. It's all great fundamental undertone, but I have so much deja vu. Why do I have deja vu? It's because in the year 2019, back when everybody thought crypto was literally a complete freaking scam and no one could get rich off it. All right, that's what see, right now, we know crypto's a scam right now, but there are people who got rich from scamming others. Back in 2019, no one believed, there was like not even any, you can't even entertain that thought. There was no such thing as DeFi, nothing, okay, in 2019, 2020, before they made all the bullish undertone fundamental projects. But back then, there were things that would come out. Different countries would come support it. Different people would speak about putting on their treasury. Like things started coming out. Michael Saylor started buying. These were the bullish undertones, even though not everything, the story was not fully complete. That's why we always got to be mindful about when people stick to one coin forever and only that one coin. So look at this person saying, I've held XRP for 4 years. I thought it would be above $3 after getting clarity in the lawsuit. I put all of my net worth into it. Now it's only hovering around 60 cents. Every XRP influencer always delays the date when XRP is going to moon. It never does. Probably never will. Losing hope. Do you see? You need more than just the price is going to go up as a narrative. It is enough in a bull market when everything's going up. But with this person has to understand that, it all comes down to the Bitcoin and Ethereum cycle. If your community only says talking points such as we're going to go up in price, remember, everyone says that. So you're going to have to do it in the best message possible. And how's the best message possible? Firstly, you need someone big to pump it at the start to make them believe. But secondly, you need a big network around that. That's why in PulseChain, PulseX, all the community coins coming out, it's super important to observe, okay, there's growth here, there's people coming, there's daily active users. This whole builds the network together. Now you have a competitive edge. You might say, hey, this person's in XRP, don't they have it? Here's the problem. XRP is giant valuation, 28 billion. At $1, it'll be $56 billion. You think, okay, yeah, things can go up from there. They can. But the XRP ledger, its DEX is only doing $500,000. Like, friends, the only reason why we're all here is because we can all connect in a decentralized way, right? All our nodes of friendship, we are confirming our friendship altogether. By the way, confirm in the comment section if you believe in friendship, friends. Look at this. All of us are connecting because it's censorship resistant, effectively. I can own the same token as you. So I can own HEX and PulseChain and Chainlink. I can own any of the Arbitrum Layer 2 coins. I can own any of the meme coins. I can own some Poor Pleb. I can participate on 9inch. You can do all of these things censorship resistant. Me and you, we don't need to ask for permission from the government. And me and you, we can be part of the community. We're long together. We are. Except, here's a problem with XRP. With XRP, you can't do that. With XRP, it's not decentralized. XRP, you can only get it on these SCEXs, centralized exchanges. And they do have a ledger. They do have a decentralized ledger. Well, what they claim to be decentralized. But it's only doing $500,000 of volume a day. All right, so that's the problem. The problem is you're doing $500,000 of volume a day, and then you have something like PulseChain who has like with $23 million on the day done. You know what I mean? Like, that's an enormous difference. You can't discount this. This is the market's giving a better price in terms of valuation and more prospect to things with higher growth like that. XRP, it's going to enter its fourth cycle now. So this is just something to think about. Of course, I hope XRP goes to $9 or $10 because if we get an altcoin to $1 trillion, oh man, they're all going to go nuts if XRP goes that high. But how's $1 trillion going to enter there, man? They really need to do something with the governments and CBDCs. They really got to get in there. That's why here I am explaining. I hope HEX and PulseChain doesn't fall victim to this story about it, and with any other altcoin we have, okay? Remember, all influencers, you just got to think about this. All the influencers who said we would easily be up 10x on PulseX after the first 100 days. That's why a lot of people are upset, because you believe that. Go back and listen to all the people. You got your hopes up. In the game of markets, when you get your hopes up, they can only come down. We're down 90% from that point. There's literally a 100x deviation from it. 100x. Think about these 100x deviations. So you thought it was going to be up 10x, but you're actually down 10x, okay? That is literally a 100x price difference. See, I won't be surprised if we see a big difference as well, where, at, let's say Bitcoin's at $80,000, everyone's calling for 300, but the next stop is 30. You think about that. There's it's not 100x, it's 10x, but that's enormous for Bitcoin, right? There's literally a 1,000% deviation from where we might end up in 2025-6 in the BlackRock ETF scamming versus where everyone thought we would be. That's why that devastation is there. That's why you only get bad things when you let yourself get hyped up like that. You only do. I know it's natural. Everyone's promoting. We're all trying to spread the word. I understand this, but I'm here just trying to protect you. That's why when you're playing these games, you got to completely ignore it. And because the prices are red, we go down. By the way, shout out to Mr. Westcott Crypto. He better go find a hobby. So yeah, XRP, fourth cycle curse. You know what? It's also funny. All right, look, Mr. Westcott also says, people love to tell us this story in the bear. Tell us this story after the next bull run. Yes, this is 100% true. It is like this. It's everybody sulking around. Everybody's looking at their own portfolio like, it's going down. But I want to draw attention to Mr. Padraig. Padraig says, $10,000 bet says PulseChain doesn't do an all-time high. Bro, do you want to know how low the all-time high is? Who is this guy? Mr. Padraig. Oh, you better be subscribed to me, sir. I'm going to check right now. You do follow me. Mr. Padraig. Mr. Padraig. What type of betrayal is this? You think Pulse can't do an all-time high? Willing to bet $10,000? Measuring it from here. Mr. Padraig, really? You think this thing can't do 650%? Do you know how low its valuation is? Look at this, man. On gopulse.com, by the way, beautiful website. I love the font here as well. The market cap, the non-origin address market cap of Pulse is like $580 million. You think it can't get to $3 billion? Do you want to know the trash out there that's over $3 billion? I'm going to show you now, Mr. Padraig. Let's actually go and see what's like a $3 billion market cap. Stellar. Stellar is XRP for vegans. Yes, it's Save the World's non-profit vegans. Okay, these are the people. They believe in cow farts. These are the cow fart sniffers. They have $3.5 billion on a huge market downturn, by the way. This is like today. This is today with Bitcoin and everything crushed. Do you think we can't get to $3.5 billion? Avalanche is snow theme. Avalanche melted away. Okay, also $3.5 billion. Look at this. This is crazy. Bitcoin Cash is $3.7 billion. You think PulseChain can't get there? Wow. Litecoin. Oh my God. Litecoin. The boy who ran away. Come on, man. Oh, wow. This is that. Now the bear market's getting to a few people. I mean, you know, hey, it could go down to zero from here. It can, but you got to think if Ethereum got to $8,000, its valuation would be like 800 to 900 billion up here. I think it's reasonable to imagine a world where PulseChain has hit 3 billion. If Ethereum, where people are paying $600 for a transaction and $500 for a swap fee, I think people will see at least more than 3 billion valuation in a chain with over 10,000 daily active users. That's today, by the way. And all the multiple projects launching. But hey, not financial advice, friends. You can do what you want. Just make sure you remember me and you both peanut brains. Like, subscribe, bell button on. Catch you next one.